On today's loaded episode of the Buckeye Roast, we've got some coaching madness. James Franklin is headed to Virginia Tech, and Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin are on the clock. We've got a full national recap, plus a new look at the Heisman race as we get closer and closer to the award being given out. We'll also talk about some health concerns for some Ohio State stars. And then, after another week of dominance, are we going to start seeing more, or is the Buckeye bump real? I'm Chris Drew, and this is the Buckeye Roast. Ron and Q. Make sure you like and subscribe.
The hell is a podcast? I mean, why don't you just tape it? What are you doing?
You don't have to tape it these days, Frank. You just record it right onto the computer.
Dead air.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are back for another episode of the Buckeye Roast. It's your boy Ron James here with my guy QP Ski. Q, how you doing?
Good, man. Working through the week. A lot of shows going on all around the Dead Air Sports universe, but we're getting through it. And happy Tuesday. How are you?
Doing well. Absolutely booming around here. I was super excited. You know, last week, was it 2 weeks ago? Chris Drew and I, our post game for Bleacher Report, hit a new record on the Dead Air Sports channel at 9.8 thousand views. And Chris went and shattered that yesterday with his Alabama Crimson Tide reaction video. So if you haven't checked that out, be sure to check that out. Things are absolutely cruising around here. We have a new video to celebrate 3,800 subscribers to the channel. So a big shout out to everyone that has, become a subscriber around here, liked the video, and helped us grow. A big shout out to them. Q.
I got a quick question, Ron. What is your biggest video on YouTube to date? Was that the biggest one?
No, my biggest video on YouTube to date is 113,000 views on the Best Damn Media channel, our national championship recap video that I did last year. So my cinematic recap from Ohio State's national championship is at 113,000 standing currently. So that is my biggest video on YouTube to date.
You got the juice. Okay, continue.
I figured it was only right with, how we're moving around here that we start off the show with a message from the community. Q. Sorry, I've tried for 2 shows. The constant giggling is just too much for me. Good luck to you.
Yeah, we laugh a lot around here. Sorry to tell you. It's a lot of jokes flying back and forth. It's hard not to. Hey, you want a happy morning, man. It's the morning time. No one else is brewing.
It's not for everyone, Q, but in an effort to appease John Walter 6317, if anyone knows him, reach out to him and let him know we are going to institute a new rule around here, Q, just for him. No laughing, no smiling, no giggling.
It's about to last like 5 seconds.
And it's over.
Yeah, we tried.
We tried our best. Q, yesterday we had a topic that had the chat booming. We were talking about fast food. We were talking about what fast food chain that you would put in your house. A lot of people upset about me giving any credit to McDonald's, a lot of Wendy's lovers out there. So, and then a lot of people that were just like turning their nose up to fast food. And I'm just like, come on now. You got it. Yeah, it's terrible. It's not good for you. It's way too expensive. But I'm sorry, it is. You can taste you can taste how bad it is for you.
Yeah, the thing is, I believe probably everyone has grown up on fast food to a point. Like the way we are, as health conscious as we are now, because it became trendy, like that has not existed in any level of time. Like now everybody's like, oh, I'm going vegan, oh, I'm pescatarian, oh, I'm watching, oh, what is it now? I'm eating clean. Like that was not a thing 15 years ago. 20, it just didn't exist. Like people were so health conscious, but that did not exist.
I'm glad that you referenced the good old days because we have an Ohio-based audience. We have a Columbus-based audience. So I know there are Wendy's lovers out there that are going to be able to relate to this video Q, because I think I could potentially be breaking news to you and some of the audience depending on how much you consume Wendy's.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball!
So Q, I mean, as you guys can see, I'm fat. It's no secret. So this was not news to me, but I was scrolling the timeline and it touched my heart because I was like, okay, I'm not the only person out there upset by this. And I don't know if I'm breaking news to you, Q. I don't know if I'm breaking news to other people, but I just had to share this after our fast food conversation.
She don't know what she doing. This bitch just giving it out. What the hell? Girl said a wham in a circle. Even if a little make a jump like a...
Shout out to bro and his work wife, but this ain't about them. Wendy's, you listen to me. I got a motherfucking bone to pick. So this is the first sweet and sour sauce they used to have. Don't that shit just look... So first gripe, okay, they took this away. They took this beautiful sauce away from everybody. And then they went and they replaced it with this. I was rocking with this sweet and sour sauce. It wasn't the first one. It was not the first one, but it was an okay substitute. Like, it was fine. Bitch, why did I just go to Wendy's, right? The other day, I went there. I'm like, yeah, let me get my biggie bag with the damn sweet and sour sauce. The lady said, oh, you're going to be mad. I'm thinking, oh, they don't got no burgers. They don't got any chicken nugget. She said they discontinued the sauce. I almost jumped through the goddamn microphone. Why would y'all let me like this? Why would y'all let me get a taste of this and then be like, okay, fuck you. Bring it back now. Bring it back now.
Q, there's no more sweet and sour sauce at Wendy's, and I think this is a travesty. Was that news to you?
Yes, because I don't eat at Wendy's like that. I do like sweet and sour sauces places I go, so I can probably understand what it probably tasted like and how good that would be on a burger or some fries you really wanted. I mean, I think
nuggets. Who put sweet and sour sauce on a burger? You serial killer!
Yeah, I can. Oh yeah, McDonald's. I used to dip theirs in sweet and sour all the time. The fries and the sweet and sour at McDonald's.
You dip a burger in sweet and sour.
Oh, how we can do the fries?
Oh, okay, yeah, I can dip fries. I thought you said dip a burger. I'm like, who's dipping burgers in sweet and sour?
How'd you get hungry?
Yeah, Q. I just thought I figured that I would share. I was like, this is probably near and dear to many Wendy's consumers' hearts, and I know. And I figured our audience could relate to that since we had a big fast food discussion the other day, and I was like, man, they got rid of the sauce that we all grew up on. And then they replaced it, and it's like, all right, cool, we'll deal with it. And then they rip it away completely. And I was like, is this our sign to maybe stop eating chicken nuggets? And my response to that is,
well, Ron, I got some insider knowledge for you. I might be able to help you get the sweet and sour sauce back. So, side note, I have a friend out here named Gates. He went to the University of Kentucky, and he actually went to college with the granddaughter of Big Dave, who started Wendy's. And you think like, oh, okay. No, Wendy is her mom. Like, that's who we went to school with. Wendy is her actual mom, who we saw in the commercial before they actually put like we need a attractive Wendy up here. So can't have you on there no more. We need somebody attractive who's eating all these burgers. So we actually went to school with her. We were talking about it just about a week ago because he brought it up and he was like, yeah, I think I still have her on Instagram. I saw the other day, like, she's like on a yacht or something like that, really living the Wendy's life. So maybe if I can get him to get in touch with the daughter of Wendy, or the daughter of Wendy, you can have the sweet and sour sauce back at Wendy's.
I mean, and if we have that direct of a plug, I'm really shooting my shot. I'm not just asking for I'm not just asking for the last sweet and sour back. I want the OG sweet and sour from when I was a kid. Bring me back the red sauce with the red 40 in it. I want all of it. So I'm not wasting my shot. If we get in touch with Wendy's daughter, Q, we're making sweet and sour great again.
I'll also try to get a sponsorship. I actually have some weirdly big chain fast food connections. My brother's wife, sister,
Oh
is
my God.
is married into the family that owns Chick-fil-A. Like they are Chick-fil-A.
When are we gonna get a brand deal then?
Uh, bro, see, I don't want to go into it, but I'm like, yo, when am I gonna meet him? And she was like, oh, they're from the South. This political.
I already know it. I already know what they're gonna say. Too much giggling.
So I'm like, bro, I don't care. Like, y'all try to live it up. I don't care, bro. I will sell my soul. What did Shannon Sharp say? For 50 million, I'll go to hell.
Q, stop with all these jokes. You're gonna get us fired around here.
Sorry.
You know the rules. No more giggling. We have a show to do. Put your serious face on because we got business around here.
We have no business, but continue.
Hey guys, want to thank you for 3,900 subs. Bucko back there was supposed to do one for 3,800. Obviously, we missed that deadline. We missed that, I guess, checkpoint. So sorry for his laziness. But 3,900 subs has been awesome. Like, to be able to kind of come over to this channel and work with Ron and Q and Tyler and really push myself as a creator as they continue to push themselves as creators, and have like you all be so receptive to it and continue to support us means a lot to me. So again, just a huge thank you. We do have a goal of hitting 5,000. Yes, the goal is 5,000 subs before the Michigan game. Every like, every comment, every time you share one of our videos, that really helps us kind of reach that goal. Again, like, thank you. This is awesome. 3,900 subs has been incredible, and I appreciate you guys greatly.
What the hell is a podcast? I mean, why don't you just tape it? What are you doing?
You don't have to tape it these days, Frank. You just record it right onto the computer.
Dead air.
Q, business is booming so much around here that we cloned Chris Drew.
Yeah, I was like, that dude in the back awfully looks like Chris Drew, and then it hit me a second later. Or we could go with the theory, Chris doesn't actually work that hard. There's just two of them acting like the same person. Like, oh, I'm always streaming. I'm always recording. It's really two guys. So we cracked the case.
Absolutely. And I mean, productivity way up ever since we got that second Chris Drew. We heard that Tom Brady cloned his dog, and we were like, you know what would really get things rolling around here? If we had two Chris Drews. And what do you know? Ask and you shall receive. Q, I figured we should talk some football because I don't want to start giggling around here. So we will start with the Lane train. News has broke that Ole Miss has put Lane on the clock. They told him he has by the Egg Bowl to decide, is he going to be Ole Miss's head coach next year? Do you believe this empty threat? What are you going to do? Fire him?
I don't know if they've looked.
Hey. I'm giggling.
I don't know if they looked out there, but there's not that many options, to be honest. You fire Lane and you're going to go with who? Like, honestly, Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss, and Lane Kiffin's been a lot of places in college, a lot of places in the NFL. I mean, I remember the USC days, like remember Tennessee days. Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss is one of the things that I think kind of fits college football. Now, I don't really ever take that team seriously because Lane Kiffin's the head coach, but I will say, like, that's one of the things that's just like, oh, Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss. Like, it's just synonymous and it fits right now. So I would love to see him stay. Do I think that they have this empty threat out there? They're like, oh, let us know now. I mean, that would be nice, but, like, it's not like it'd be like, oh, we'll fire Lane, and he'd be like, hey, I actually want to stay, but, you know, I'll just go to Florida now. They'd be like, well, we'll go get who? So I don't buy it.
This feels like one of the messier coaching carousels that we've ever seen. Reports that Lane Kiffin's family has been spotted in Baton Rouge, also been spotted in Gainesville this weekend, and it's like, why? I was listening to the Cover 3 and they're like, what, there's maybe two schools that you're going to send your kids to, one private, one public, that you're going to take a look at. Like, this feels all like he's putting on a show and he's going to end up just getting a big old fat raise at Ole Miss. And I was for the longest a believer that he was going to end up at Florida, but the more and more I see the theatrics around this, it makes me believe that he's staying. Like, why would he do all of this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's leaving, and I really wouldn't leave for Florida right now. And I get it. Florida's a bigger program. They have the talent, obviously, and all that. But we've seen plenty of coaches really fail there. Like, they haven't really been good outside a year or two here or there since Urban left. Like, yeah, we get it. They have the talent, but they really haven't put it together in the world of NIL. You can do that at Ole Miss. And like I tell you, Ole Miss is pretty fun to go to school at too. Like the word's out there how fun of a school Ole Miss is to travel to. So, and it's down in the South as well. So I don't see really the reason after he's built what he's built. Now, if this is just Ole Miss, regular old Florida. Yeah, I'm taking Florida. But right now, they've consistently been in the top 10. They've consistently been contenders, right on the edge of the playoffs. I mean, you've built a good school. If you can get a little more defense and they pay a little more money to keep your coordinators, you're probably in the playoffs most years than not. So I would stay at Ole Miss right now because I think he's got that program right where he would want it.
I disagree. I mean, I would go to Gainesville just because I'd much rather live in Florida. Whoops, my bad. Don't mean to laugh. No, I feel like you could get more resources at Florida. I feel like you're going to be better geographically in Florida, LSU. I think you also have a larger talent pool there, but you're dealing with the craziness of that administration. 3 weeks ago, if you would have asked me if Lane had the opportunity to go to LSU, would he take the job? I thought maybe. But now with the clown show that they've had with this whole Brian Kelly situation, I don't know why any coach that's serious about winning would entertain the possibility of letting the LSU administration ruin their career. That's why I think it's going to end up coming down to Florida or Ole Miss. And just the way he's moving, it makes me lean towards Ole Miss. What job do you think is better, Q? Florida or Ole Miss?
I mean, the Florida job, like you alluded to, is definitely better. I feel like you'll get more buy-in in Florida, especially if you're winning, because if Florida was having the success Ole Miss was having right now, they would just be a better team. They would have more talent. They would be rolling. They'd be able to keep their coordinators. Lane Kiffin could really spin. And the reason I say he could stay at Ole Miss is the world of NIL, but you felt like at times Lane Kiffin has really had to pull that program to be like, hey, like, off season, I'm not trying to chase down a new coordinator just because we were pretty good on defense. Somebody was like, well, if you do that there, we'll give you more money and you'll be even better here. So I think it's more of the the buy-in of the program. I walk in and be like, look, hey, I got options. You know that. I know that. I can leave and go to Florida. I'd rather do it here if I get this level of commitment I want. And we've seen a lot of coaches. We see that at Indiana. We just seen a Dan Lanning over there get the commitment from Nike, which you're like, LSU's a better job. He's like, well, if they're going to give me the Nike money, Oregon might as well just paint it purple. We're good. Like, I don't really care. So if he can get that at Ole Miss, I think he stays. I think if he feels like, and Lane Kiffin's not old, he's in the early 50s, so he's not that old. So he's like, hey, I still can have another stop in my career. If I feel like I win a natty at Florida or have a chance to win a natty, I'll take it if you're not going to give me the buy-in. So Florida's a better job, but I think Ole Miss, this is one chance Ole Miss, do you really want to level up and be, especially with the SEC right now, it's wide open. Like, no one would rather go to Texas A&M than Texas, or no one would rather go to Texas Tech than Texas. It's just being honest. Like, you grow up in Texas, you probably want to go to Texas versus other schools. Those schools that put the buy-in and the oil money to say, hey, we're going to give you all the resources in the world, and you come here and make money and play football and be on the big stages like you could at Texas. And what do you see? You see talent starting to move at Texas. You see A&M go out and get Mike Elko, and now it's, I don't think they're a serious team after this past weekend, but that program is definitely buzzing. They're up at the top of the SEC. So if you're willing to do that at Ole Miss, may not have the same money, but I don't think you quite need it, then I would stay. If not, I'm out.
Q, the first domino of the coaching carousel has officially fallen, and Virginia Tech finds their coach in what I believe to be the best available coach in this coaching cycle. Virginia Tech lands former Penn State head coach James Franklin. I know a lot of people are listening out there like, wow, how could this be a great hire, Ron? You call James Franklin a bozo on a regular basis. And he is. Relative to what he was being asked to do at Penn State, now that he's in the ACC and like the best coach is another bozo and Dabo Sweeney or another bozo and Mario Cristobal, I mean, I think he's going to fit right in at clown school and dominate at Virginia Tech. His recruiting prowess, his understanding of the region, I think James Franklin is going to be set up for success. They have the culture. They have a renewed commitment to the resources. They came out and said they didn't believe that their the money that they were putting into the program matched the expectations that they had. Let's see if they actually put their money where their mouth is. But I think going out and getting James Franklin is the first step. And I have to ask you, Q, who wins the bowl game first, Virginia Tech or Penn State?
I mean, I'll definitely go Penn State. I think they'll bounce back pretty quickly here. But Virginia Tech, I mean, I think I'm with you. I think you hit it right on the head. Like, Penn State has 8 off of the talent of the DC area, the DMV area. Obviously, Virginia Tech, when I was coming up, and I've talked about a lot on this show, like, that was the big school. Everybody in Virginia wanted to go to Tech. Obviously, the region, the southern region, the Chesapeake, where you had Michael Vick, you had Allen Iverson, Aaron Brooks, like all those guys, like that area is swimming with talent. And now you look at the DMV area, which is the northern of Virginia, and then DC and Maryland, like there's so much talent there. Your thing is, can I convince these guys to actually stay and come to Tech, which has been a big brand, but over the years after Frank Beamer left out of there, isn't as big. But I know they got money. I mean, Virginia Tech is one of the hardest schools to get into in Virginia. Like, you have to really be serious about your ball. So you think their alumni base has some serious money to spend is if they're willing to put into it. But I think James Franklin is a major level up from them. I mean, like you said, he's already recruited the area. If you continue to keep that talent and keep teams like South Carolina and now new Penn State out of there and really go for those guys, you're not going to beat out Bama. You're not going to beat out Ohio. Well, they beat out Ohio State some at Penn State, but you're not going to be able to maybe beat those schools just right now. But the rest of that talent, like, go beat Maryland. Go beat some of these surrounding schools and bring that talent there. And you will have an ACC. You can have that program buzzing very quickly.
Absolutely. And then you think about him assembling his staff. You talk about how talent-rich the Virginia area is. That's why he had such a Virginia focus on his staff at Penn State. Anthony Poindexter, the safeties coach, a guy that with roots in Virginia. Marquise Hagan's the wide receiver coach, roots in Virginia as well. You would imagine James Franklin will be making calls to them quickly, and I wouldn't be surprised to see one, if not both of them, join the staff at Virginia Tech. And another name to keep an eye on, I wouldn't put it past James Franklin making the call to Tyler Bowen just to see, hey, you were here before. You worked for me before. Would you like to come back? I don't know if he would take that step back from Ohio State, but I wouldn't be surprised if James Franklin made the call.
Yeah, he'll pull out stops for some people right now and be like, I ain't happy with the running game. Tyler Bowen can go, but we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely, man, there's just so much untapped potential in that school, especially playing in the ACC right now, where we're talking about the ACC should even be included in the college football playoff. That tells you just so much room to run and how inconsistent it is per year. So I think Tech can definitely do it. They were the big football brand along with Miami in there before Clemson showed up and Clemson fell off. So now we talk about Pitt in a week, like it's open. It's very open. So I think James Franklin is a major level up, and I do think he's a good head coach.
Absolutely. I think he is going to be a problem for whoever the next Penn State head coach is. I think he's going to be a problem for Pitt, West Virginia, all of these teams in the region outside of Ohio State, Virginia. James Franklin is now going to be a problem on the trail and a force to be reckoned with in the Northeast. So I'm excited to see what he's able to do at Tech. We watched him turn Vanderbilt around. We watched him stabilize Penn State and take them back to the program that they thought they deserved to be coming off the sanctions. And now he looks to do the same for Tech. So it'll be interesting to see what James Franklin is able to do in the ACC. Q, I wanted to pivot to a national conversation. We talked about some of these games during our AP poll recap, but I just wanted to go through our overall national recap, and starting with the fact that Q, I did my Buckeye Christmas list the other day, and something that I forgot to put on it is a successful hate watch, because, man, it feels like I haven't had one in weeks. I wanted to see Notre Dame lose. They did not. I guess we could put Alabama in there, but man, the way we had to watch Georgia thump Texas, it was just an overall not great week of hate watches. Q, did you get to see what you want? Did you get the results that you wanted this weekend?
I mean, I think it was very par for the course. I did not see Alabama losing coming, and obviously, if they didn't have those turnovers, they probably would not lose those games. I mean, they literally lost that game just by turning the ball over. I mean, I thought it was gonna be par for the course, and I think it's time for like the teams that are really contending, the Notre Dames, the Georgias. Georgia had a really good weekend, I thought. I really need to step up. So, or the pretenders, I think of Miami or some of these other, or Virginia, or some of these other teams out here to go ahead and fall off. So, not quite the exciting weekend maybe we've had, but I mean, I think Oklahoma winning at Alabama is big for that program. Again, we talked about it last year. Does Alabama have a Oklahoma problem? Like they beat them 2 years in a row, and Texas clearly has a Georgia problem, so we clearly can slide them into the pretender category. I mean, I think the biggest thing of this weekend is Georgia impressed me, which they haven't really done all year. I was not considering them a contender. I think right now, especially with Alabama losing, like maybe they're just behind Indiana and Ohio State right now, better than Texas A&M, and then Notre Dame right in there. I think Notre Dame is really playing good ball right now. So didn't get the hate watch, but I think we're starting to see the clear of pretenders and contenders.
Q, I had on my quad box, I had Wisconsin, Indiana, South Carolina, Texas A&M, Notre Dame, Pitt, and Michigan, Northwestern. Obviously, you knew my rooting interest in all of those games. I was pulling for Wisconsin, South Carolina, Northwestern, and Pitt. All of those teams lost, Q. I couldn't get a single one, and I feel like that was a gift from the college football gods after having such a spectacular failure during that noon block of games that they had to bless me with an Alabama loss after rooting and hating and getting absolutely nothing out of it. And it feels like we're going to have to wait until the third Saturday in November to potentially see another Michigan loss. And it's like, F it, I'll do it myself. I wanted Northwestern to get it done, but now it's just like, all right, the Buckeyes got to go and handle business. We've watched them struggle with multiple not very good teams, and now you got to be looking at this Ohio State team like, you can't do this to me again.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it later. Hopefully everybody's healthy, but you feel like Ohio State has the clear advantage in everything but the mentality of Ryan Day. And it was all about like, hey, he's as serious as he's been this season, attention to detail, cousin Julian Sayin out whenever he makes a mistake and it's not perfect, like that level of intensity, he needs to bring that right after Thanksgiving. And that is the true test. Can he bring that and beat Michigan? Because you feel like in every other aspect, Ohio State should win this game and win this convincingly. Again, I will say it, a rivalry is played in a parallel universe. You don't know what'll happen, what kind of crazy stuff goes on, but you feel like, yeah, it's one of those you got to do it yourselves, and it's probably not going to be easy. You go to Ann Arbor, the Michigan team. I know Cam says they're trash year in, year out. They're not that bad. They're not great. Maybe on the borderline of good, but they're not that bad. So you feel like it will be a tough game, and Ohio State will truly have to be Ohio State. Everybody out there who's waiting for them to get tested, I promise you, Michigan will be a test. No matter what the score ends up as, no matter how convincingly it looks like Ohio State wins, like this is, if they do win, this is a test for them, and we will see. And that will tell you the first mental block of this Ohio State 2025 team.
Q, I wanted to pivot from the games last week to the current Heisman poll. I feel like we've had beef with this graphic all year, but it's finally starting to get to the point of the season where you can't even lie in our face anymore. And you see Ty Simpson fall all the way to 6, Julian Sayin up to number 2, Fernando Mendoza at 1. And given the way the weekend shook out, Fernando Mendoza, I believe, put up 4 touchdowns this weekend. Julian Sayin only had 1. Jeremiah Love absolutely ran all over that Pitt defense, had a highlight play with a Braxton Miller-like spin move. Ty Simpson loses, so you see him drop to 6. Reuben Bain somehow still hasn't snuck his way back into this graphic. Jeremiah Smith at 7. Would it be a Heisman poll without a tie? Haynes King right in there behind him. Q, it feels like it is a 2-man race for this Heisman, and now Jeremiah Love, given the way that he's been carrying the ball. Crazy not to see Ahmad Hardy in here, but to see Jeremiah Love sneak into the 3 spot, it shows that this is a 2-man race, especially given the performance from Marcel Reed doing his best arsonist firefighter impersonation on Saturday. But is the Big Ten championship, should they just hand out the Heisman to the winner?
Yeah.
The game.
I would love to see that be a duel for them, and obviously go in there with all to play for and try to go win a Heisman. I mean, it would be nice. I don't know if it's going to work out like that, but it would be nice. I mean, these 2 players have been awesome all season. They've been really accurate. I mean, we've propped up Julian Sayin. I think that you're in your wildest Buckeye imagination, you didn't know if you didn't think he played this well in his first season, and he looked, as good as maybe we've seen over the past few years. So definitely up there to Fernando Mendoza. He created his own Heisman moment last time. Can't quite do that against Ohio State. If he comes out and lays an egg, that won't be a close game. So it will be a challenge for him. Can he go against Ohio State and look like as he looked all season? Julian Sayin, they say Ohio State has not been tested. People may not count Michigan. We'll count it. But Indiana is number 2 across America. So it's a test regardless. Can he replicate his performance in that game? So I think that's a Heisman game. I mean, Jeremiah Love, again, if they didn't have those losses, like he'd probably have a better chance at it, but I think he's been absolutely dynamic this season. And I'm with you, Marcel Reed, definitely Marcel firefighter, because he played in the first half like he thought South Carolina players were on his team, and then the second half, he finally realized. I love that meme where they said South Carolina realized they're the 3rd team in the country, and it's that Lil Yachty Drake meme where he's like, "Oh yeah, we are good." So yeah, that was pretty funny. But I think those 3 have kind of separated themselves. Still like to see 5 guys at the Heisman ceremony, but I think the Big Ten championship is going to settle it.
Yeah, it seems like it's a 2-man race, and Buckeyes just got to keep handling business. And if they do that, we're going to be bringing a Heisman back to Columbus. Q, I wanted to get a message from our sponsors before we have a second message from the sponsors.
The hell is a podcast? I mean, why don't you just tape it? What are you doing?
You don't have to tape it these days, Frank. You just record it right onto the computer.
Dead air.
Hey guys, I want to thank you for 3,900 subs. Bucko back there was supposed to do one for 3,800. Obviously, we missed that deadline. We missed that, checkpoint. So sorry for his laziness. But 3,900 subs has been awesome. Like, to be able to kind of come over to this channel and work with Ron and Q and Tyler and really push myself as a creator as they continue to push themselves as creators, and have you all be so receptive to it and continue to support us means a lot to me. So again, just a huge thank you. We do have a goal of hitting 5,000. Yes, the goal is 5,000 subs before the Michigan game. Every like, every comment, every time you share one of our videos, that really helps us kind of reach that goal. Again, thank you. This is awesome. 3,900 subs has been incredible, and I appreciate you guys greatly.
3,900 subs. Q, that was news to me. I thought the goal was 5,000 before the end of the season, but Chris just said 5,000 by the Michigan game. That means 50 subs a day until Michigan.
That means you get that mini Bugatti at the Christmas party. Not the real one, but the one like this you can put over there, in your studio. It'll be right there.
Q, I have horrible news.
The price on the mini Bugattis went up?
No, Chris gave me the check for your Bugatti, and I gave it right back to him because I requested this video for the show today.
So obviously over the weekend, we had injuries to Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate both get reported. The Carnell Tate thing is like a multi-week thing that I've been trying to get as much info as I could on it. And everything I've told is that it's a calf or maybe some concern with the Achilles, and it's more precautionary. Not that he's going to sit up the rest of the year and kind of mail it in, more that they want to avoid kind of that getting any worse. Maybe learning from some of their mistakes that they had with JSN, obviously a couple of years ago, that I think cost Ohio State a natty. But I think the report and the rumor report coming out kind of freaked some Ohio State fans out. And everything that I've been told and kind of been hearing is that there is no intention on shutting him down for the year. He wants to play. He wants to be back, but they want to be careful because they know that not only is the rest of this year on the line, but also the NFL, his draft stock is really important to him. So that's kind of what I've got on that front. And on the Jeremiah Smith front, he was obviously questionable for the game. And again, all this is nightmare fuel because you could probably survive one of these two going down. you definitely can't survive both of these guys going down. And if you have both of these guys, I feel incredibly confident that this team is going to win the national title. But with Jeremiah Smith, he did have the injury, the tweak or discomfort that I guess has been lingering for a little bit, and maybe didn't feel great pregame. I was told that he didn't initially come out to warm up when he was questionable, and then kind of went back in and kind of came up and warmed up a little bit later. And it was floated to me that maybe it's a quad injury. Wasn't able to double check or double source that. Sometimes with Ryan Dandy's injuries, it's like Fort Knox. But that's kind of what I was able to gather so far. I do have a slight concern level. I don't think we'll see either one of the two against Rutgers. And then I think we will see both of them against Michigan and then for the postseason. Obviously, like, the Ohio State's turf monster is something that's been talked about a lot, claimed a lot of soft tissues. And, knocking on wood, hoping that this year, right now with these two, it's not too serious and kind of just wear and tear from the season, because these two are two of the best in America. And not just if you're an Ohio State fan, but if you're a college football fan, you want to see these two guys out here. But I do want to kick it back to Ron and Q.
Sorry about your Bugatti budget, but I cashed it in for that video. Q, I wanted to get your level of concern regarding these two injuries. You hate to see, we were having conversations about, is this the most dynamic duo in the country and of any position group, conversations earlier in the season of comparisons to, Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. And to see those two go down, the Michigan game looming, Rutgers this Saturday, I'm sure no one is concerned about, and we're probably going to get to see a lot of opportunity for the younger receivers. Where does your level of concern sit with a fifth straight loss to the team up north potentially looming?
I'm not crazy concerned. Now, Chris did hit on something, the Ohio State turf. We've talked about that for a long time. And Ron, I don't know if you've seen the video, but the Real Madrid stadium and how they put their grass in and how they take care of their grass. Like, Ohio State, all right, they ain't got that kind of money. No, we talking about Ohio State got money. They ain't got that kind of money. I'm not talking about it, but just the level of field, the way they were able to put up grass from the NFL teams. I'm going to be like, look, if they can do it, y'all can do it. But we know about the Ohio State turf. I'm not too concerned right now. What I'm hearing is these guys could play if they've warmed up, and then Carnell Tate last week and didn't want to go. Jeremiah Smith obviously played a little bit on Saturday. I think they're in striking distance of being healthy. So I think Ohio State has done well with injuries. Last season, I thought health-wise and strength-wise going late in the year was great. And I've been heavily critical on Mickey Marotti. And I'm like, wow, last year we looked fast, we looked explosive late in the year. So they figured something out, because usually it's injuries and guys being banged up, and Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson running 4.7s by week 12. So I think they figured it out. I'm not too concerned. But I will say, if those guys aren't able to go, that does add a lot of concern. Now, I've argued with a bunch of people on Twitter, and also even Ron's been in my mentions of, like, rotate the receivers. These guys need to play. They need game time. You never know what's going to happen. Well, last week we finally got to see that, and they looked like they, other than Brandon Ennis, that guys hadn't played a lot. They didn't have the chemistry. We know the talent is there. We've seen Chrissy Porter get the ball and like, oh, he's up next. We've seen Mylan Graham touch the ball and we're like, oh, he's explosive. Bryson Rodgers is back from injury, so he probably would have played a little more, but these guys just haven't played yet. So zone 6 needs to be 6 deep. These guys need to be ready to go. I think this is a big weekend for them against Rutgers and getting that chemistry down. They got all the reps this week leading up to the game. They know they're going to play. They know Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith are likely going to be out. And then hopefully we get them back at full strength with some added experience from the other guys, and I think we'll be good to go. Now, if they cannot go against Michigan, I still think the team could win. I don't think they need them, because Michigan's doing injuries too. And again, they're struggling against Northwestern. I don't care if those two don't play. Like, you should still find a way to win that game. Might not be easy, but you should still find a way to win that game. But I think we'll all be good to go by the time it's the third week in November.
Yeah, you're hoping everybody is good to go for that team up north game. And the reason why my concern level is low is because Jeremiah Smith promised me he's not losing to that team up north again.
Whether
whether he plays or not. So my concern level is low at the worst. If they're not ready to go for the game against the team up north, we all know the ultimate prize is the national championship. You would hope that they're able to find a way to get it done with or without them for the team up north, but it doesn't seem like either one of these are overly serious and will keep them out of the playoffs, which is the most important thing. So something to keep an eye on. I would not put it in the category of nightmare fuel yet because I haven't let it creep in to that state yet. But if we get closer to the game and it sounds like these are continuing to linger, I will start to panic, maybe. But at the moment, I'm just going to let it ride out, and hopefully the Buckeyes are able to get it done with some of these young guys against Rutgers on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I think my concern is maybe more a little rust going into, like, we're at the point in the season where like these two are unstoppable. Now Carnell Tate doesn't play for 2 weeks, basically, or 3 weeks going into that game. Jeremiah Smith doesn't play for almost 2 weeks going into that game. So maybe a little rusty. They're just getting back for the game. That would be more my concern. But again, I think we'll be fine. As long as Matt Patricia is not dealing with injury, I think we're okay. As long as he can show up, he can be fine. Wheelchair on the sideline. As long as he's in the building, I'm okay.
Q, that's all I have for today's show. We are going short today. I said the cursed words before the show. I think we have a short one, which usually turns into a 75-minute episode, but we are coming in right at the 40-minute mark. Let the people know where they could find you.
Well, one, appreciate everybody for the 3,800 and now what, 3,900 subs? Did we get that point? 3,900?
On the road to 5,000 has officially begun.
Okay, so appreciate everybody for that. Greatly appreciate you liking the video, hitting the comments. Even if you came in and said we laughed too much, leave a comment. It does help the video, so we greatly appreciate it. And hope you're still getting all the Buckeye info that you need. Shout out to the members. Y'all have done a great job working on some behind-the-scenes stuff, again, I alluded to yesterday. So definitely be on the lookout for that. But a lot of good stuff coming down the line. Like that video, hit that sub button. If you want to find me, I'm City Boy Quentin on Twitter. If you want to find me, I'm Flying to Johnson on Instagram. Most importantly, I need you to be here, like it, and subbing, because Ron just gave away our old check because Chris Drew is apparently really expensive for about 2 minutes of his time. So we need those Bugattis back. So at least the mini ones. So go ahead and hit that like button, hit that sub button. It is free Monday through Fridays here on the Buckeye Roast. Ron, where can they find you at?
Yeah, they can find me lighting money on fire on this channel because yesterday we got 3 different copyright claims on that video. So I hope everybody enjoyed it, especially the 4 people that decided to dislike the video. Assholes. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I got to stop arguing in the comments with people. I think that's why people are disliking the videos. Or maybe it's terrible. Or maybe it's too much laughing. I don't know. But if you're going to keep watching, you can catch me here, right here on the Dead Air Sports platform for the Buckeye Roast Monday through Friday with my guy Q right here at 10 a.m. You can catch me in the Bleacher Report app for instant reactions with Chris Drew after every Ohio State game in the Ohio State team stream. And you can catch me on Twitter. That's at 2Ts. It's 2_TES. Speaking of Twitter, we have been pinning and pushing the YouTube video on Twitter more because it actually embeds the video now, and you can watch the YouTube video straight from Twitter, which helps us significantly more than if you watch the actual Twitter stream. So if you see us post a YouTube video and you're just scrolling the feed, even if you've already watched on YouTube, go ahead and throw a like and a retweet on that. It helps us a ton. So we really appreciate that. You know how this thing ends. It's always go Bucks. And of course, OH.
IO and sweet and sour.
Free the sweet and sour.
When I hit the scene, everybody know me. 40 tuck in my skinny jeans. I'm so fucking low key. All hundreds, finna go get some cream. This another show week. It's a show week out the 7 days. I gotta pick up 40. Mama told me, baby, get you some sleep. Gotta turn down, move slow, please. I go home, rock my son to sleep. Gotta stay awake, get more these. Nigga, you mad cause you ain't getting no cheese. Whole hood charge you whole fee. Sometimes there's no one to watch over me. Too broke, can't get close to me. Send an op, say hello to me. Number respect when approaching me. And don't act like you don't know it's me. Know that bitch somewhere close to me. And I ain't got no reason to be on that. You the one to vent your homie. Even though I really be on that. Beat a nigga up if you want that. You can't even buy a whole lunch, Jack. Better get a clock and punch that. Used to run my hood like a rug rat. We went to war with one guy. Ain't lying, we'll go, they come back. All on defense, we bust back. so they won't be whack. 100 shots out the back of the leg. I spit that shit that you get had to and make you want to clap after that. Then drop some shit that make you contemplate on it after the fact. Rap about the shit you living, nigga, what happened to that? I don't give a fuck about the rap game no more, nigga, I'm after the check. I ain't with a rap beef, nigga say my name once, I'm after his neck. Reach for 150, I'm